r/AskReddit, what job position is 100% overvalued and overpaid? I am here for a potential change of career. About 2/3 of the upper-level admins at the university I work for. The one I had at my last office job. I was originally hired to be the manager of a new project, but the project was never launched and I had a long-term contract. After 5 months of being paid by only clocking in and out without doing any actual work, someone saw me in the pool for available associates and invited me to join their project as a frontline agent. Apparently at some moment the database just marked me as an available employee, without mentioning the rank I had been hired for. I stayed in the company for 6 years, getting paid the salary of a manager, but with the responsibilities of a regular agent. I rejected every offer for growth I had, as I was only working there to pay for a debt. In the end, I made my money with very little stress, and left the company in great terms. Edit, thanks for all the attention, I really didn't expect it to get so much traction. Here's an answer to a couple common comment I've seen. First, if it was so good, why did I leave? Simple, this job had nothing to do with my own career path. A few years back my life basically crumbled to pieces, I got into some really bad debt and at some point I just had to get a job, even if it was an office job I didn't want. Worked for 2 years in another company before I was recommended for the position in the one mentioned in my post. The day my debt was paid off was the day I presented my 2-week notice and left in great terms. I was lucky to have a nice team around me. Second, no, I won't mention the company or project. It was as an analyst in a streaming app, no, not the super big ones. What I actually did as a frontline agent was a hybrid of customer service and developer support, all text-based. Third, it was indeed a very fortunate set of coincidences and I took advantage as much as I could, but I left due to my own pursuit. I'm doing good with my own independent endeavor, and no salary will be more valuable than my own sense of accomplishment of making a living out of what I love doing. Cheers, Reddit. My uncle was a commercial airline pilot. He described his job as vastly overpaid in normal circumstances and vastly underpaid in emergency situations. President of FIFA. If someone else is regional VP, they are either drowning in responsibilities working 70 HRS a week, or they have absolutely nothing to do other than collecting a check. One night I babysat 3 kids for about 2 hours or so. The kids went to bed when I got there, and the parents had left dinner out for me, so all I did was eat their food and watch their TV and pet their dogs. When they got home the mom paid me $100. I told her that was way too much. She slurred, "Don't worry about it, I'm drunk." And then I noticed her fly was down. So that was the most overpaid job ever, LOL. Member of the International Olympic Committee, IOC. They've had a lengthy history of excessive demands, $4 million US spent on entertainment in Nagano, traffic lanes dedicated to IOC members during the games, etc. They make very few decisions, all of which are politically motivated. They travel extensively and are paid well for it. https://dailytrojan.com/2021/08/16/ progress without profit. The IOC benefits itself at the expense of athletes. #text equals although %20 most %20 IOC %20 members %20 are meetings %20 and %20 at %20 the %20 Olympics. From the article. Although technically a volunteer, the IOC president receives a yearly allowance of $251,000 and lives rent-free in a 5-star hotel and spa in Switzerland. Ferrari strategist. Vivek Garipalli, Clover Health, $389. 6 million. George Mekon, Bright Health, $180. 8 million. Mario Schlosser, Oscar Health, $60. 8 million. John Cow, Alignment Healthcare, $46 million. Hospital CEOs, and actually almost all hospital upper management. There are so many layers of management that many of them barely step foot into a healthcare facility ever, let alone ever speak to a patient, yet all of them make 6, 7, 8-figure salaries plus mega bonuses. My hospital network CEO makes $11 million salary not including bonuses, which bothers me, but bothers me even more are all the board members and shit directly under him making nearly as much. It's hundreds of millions of wasted money paid to the people trying to screw staff out of good pay and screwing patients into paying big bills. My mum, from whom I am estranged, works as the vice president of reward at an international company. She basically arranges contracts so millionaires can get more money and gets paid £189,000 a year for it. Even she thinks it's ridiculous. Mine. LOL. But I'm not gonna tell my employer that. My IT director. He's never around, automates his email, and he has his own company. I still don't know what big firm consultants do. Whoever was in charge of that fuck up in Ohio. I work in fintech and I literally do nothing during 9 to 5. I wake up in the morning, start my computer, check emails, morning meetings, then play video games, go to the gym, invite friends over or go out for brunch, and at the end of the day message everyone a good afternoon. I'm absurdly overpaid as well and highly recommend the career. It's like I have a job but I don't, but I do. Edit. For everyone asking, I am a senior expert on blockchain and contract between FANG companies every year, mostly Google and Amazon. The hardest part is the schooling, but afterwards the actual work is quite easy. It's a pretty surreal career and I understand how privileged it is to have a stress-free job. I've seen how badly an unhealthy work-life balance can impact a person's mental health cause of my parents, which is why I got into IT. Second edit. My DMs are currently flooded, so apologies if I take a while to reply back, trying to respond to everyone with advice. Generally, U.S. government contractor positions requiring high security clearances. Entry-level pay isn't that high, but once you're cleared other contractors will offer bigger bucks because you can get cleared with them quickly. Jump from one to another, wait 2 years, do it again, lather, rinse, repeat. Anything that could be reduced to I make a lot of money because I move a lot of money, like brokers, insurers, Wall Street stuff, real estate agents. Realtor. While I believe they can provide value in some situations, technology has put a lot of the work into the buyer's hands. You find places you like, send them to a realtor, they walk you through and point out which rooms are bathrooms, print out a mountain of paper for you to sign and boom, $50,000 commission. The complete opposite is dishwashing at restaurants. They can't run without one. Gillette engineers, they took 5 years to go from 3 blades to 4. Life coach. In-house legal for a corporation. I basically browsed the internet most of the day in my office, maybe reviewed 1 or 2 standardized contracts and occasionally sat in during a firing. I made $80,000 a year plus benefits. Edit. To clarify, I am a paralegal, not an attorney, and the work was limited to contracts and entity formation. Do car salesmen really do any work anymore? Last time I bought a car I looked online, did my research, and knew exactly what I wanted and basically showed up ready to buy. The dealer just gave me the keys for a test drive, then did the paperwork for me. Anyone who makes a ton of money by inserting themselves into big transactions and charging fees as a percentage of the transaction, brokers, title companies, etc. My last job in college, before starting my career, I was an overnight shelter staff for transitional housing. Since these clients were basically back up on their feet by the time they arrived, they were pretty self-sufficient. I was paid about 25% higher than other night shift jobs I could get at the time, and on most nights all I had to do was make one pot of coffee. The rest of the time I could watch TV, play video games, do personal chores, etc. The one job that I know was better was their overnight sleeper, since we had to have 2 staff at all times. As implied, this dude made a well above minimum wage rate to just sleep there on the weekends. Influencer. I'm bracing for impact here, but diversity and inclusion officers are doing much of what HR has been doing for years. Pharmaceutical or medical sales. I'm a small-scale clinician who deals with medical sales reps 5 days/week who are the apparently sweetest, bubbliest, most seemingly accommodating people on earth if you buy their thing. Since your patients need theirs, except they're usually not even medically qualified to make those determinations. They can't answer medical questions relevant to their products. Every rep we deal with can be Googled and earns 3x the combined salary of my office staff comprising 4 people. Mine. I am a DevOps engineer at a fintech startup. I write server configurations for $125K/year and I work about 10 to 20 hours a week, remotely. I keep thinking they've figured out how easy my job is and decided to fire me, and then instead they tell me I'm doing a great job and promote me. I smoked weed all through college and got a degree in philosophy, and did not go to grad school. Most middle management at large corporations. What do you do? I really hate how the brightest minds of a generation have been funneled into finance instead of science, engineering, politics, medicine, and a ton of other critically useful professions because finance is where the money is. A hedge fund is just a gambling house. It makes no net contribution to society. It just moves money from one pocket to another. We, as one the whole, are not better off for its existence. That can't be said of many other professions. We don't need hedge fund managers. We need doctors. What a waste. CEO. Homeopathic practitioner. Knowing the CEO of one of the largest video game companies. CEO. He doesn't know shit about the industry and spends most of his time at the gym. CEOs of hospitals. I say this as a nurse who continually sees them get bonuses, despite us being short-staffed and getting 3% raises. TV preachers. School administration. Administration in general actually. CEO of Tesla. The guy stays 100% of his time on Twitter, clearly it not that important for the company. CEO of Goodwill, the fake-ass non-charity. Being a cat. Free rent. Free food. Sleep all day. Automatically dominate anyone around you. Just go outside and kill things for fun. Never wear pants. You can lick your own asshole in public and not get arrested. And everyone adores you anyway. No devs bashing Scrum Masters, WTF. Associate/sub-deans in universities. They're glorified bureaucrats who are soaking up your tuition $6 figures at a time. Positions where the individual doesn't know how to, perform the job of the persons beneath them yet are in charge of them. Realtor. The internet replaced them years ago. Commercial property managers. If you know, you know. The college football coach in my town got offered a contract for around $6 million to be a college football coach. He's getting paid more than the president of the US. So many MBAs in management. Fuck me, there is so much bloat in middle management. Equality, diversity, and inclusion officer. Politician. Politicians. Most CEO or heads of major publicly traded US companies. Outrageous salaries. Not sure the exact title, but saw a video of smug looking woman bumble bragging she makes $250K a year at some org in Los Angeles that helps homeless. Basically what I'm getting at is bullshit made up foundations that are just milking the system under the guise of social work to make bank and fleece people. There are many corporate jobs that make too much money for what they do. I think mine falls in that basket. But the question is which are overvalued and overpaid, and I think the best example of that is people in entertainment, athletes, celebrity actors, etc. Entertainment is certainly valuable and arguably necessary, but to justify the millions of dollars these people make is hard. No doubt they are talented and work hard, but to make 25 mil a year to play a sport for folks' entertainment vs. me making a questionably high salary to provide a corporate service? Whole different thing. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you have enjoyed this video and subscribe to never miss an upload.